Alright guys, as you can see, this is not a normal video. It is currently wintertime, so I'm not outside working on no go-karts or mini bikes or anything like that. So I figured I will do something different. My dad, for Christmas, it just passed, he gave me a Christmas gift, and it is a guitar. And this guitar I assembled myself, so it's something different, so I figured I'd give it a try. So, as we get started, here's the base of the guitar, the neck of the guitar, here's like the tool, the whammy bar, here's the instructions. I will be following this so I don't ruin everything. What I'm also going to be doing, as you guys see right here at on the base of the guitar, I am going to be putting a design here. So, leave a thing in the comments. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video to show you what I'm going to do here. Leave in the comments what you think I should put there. I already have a couple things in mind, but let's get started. I'm probably going to get started on... Actually, I'll get started on the neck. So, for the neck, it says... What you do is, here's the head of the neck. Let's open these and install them on the head. So what you want to do is on this side. So what you do is you guys want to have it where it goes through the top, instead of on the top, you have it on the bottom pointing outwards. So I don't think it matters which ones I put where. So there we go. There's another one. Here's another one. And then you just keep going. And then these actually come with bolts, screws. So all you do is take the screws and screw them on. So I'm going to quickly screw these on, and I will cut back when they're screwed on. So as you see, I put the knobs on. Turns out they have their own little bag. Like, you have the knob bag, and then you have the ones with the bolts and stuff. This is my first time actually building the guitar, so like a guitar. So I'm kind of learning. So bear with me. So first you put them on, and then behind here, as you see, you screw them in, and then you put a washer on. So, and then you put a bolt on that screws all the way through. Now I thought you would only need the Allen key that comes with it. Turns out you also need a Phillips screwdriver and a ratchet. So if you guys do buy one of these, be prepared. Now I am going to be putting the neck on the base. So I am going to take the screws. I might as well just show you guys. I'm going to flip this around and put screws right in these 4 holes and bolt it together. So I'm going to do that. I figured I'll do something on camera so you guys can see. Also, just so you know, I am following the instructions. I don't know if you guys... I'm following the instructions just so you guys know, so if you ever need to follow along to this in the future. So now I take these 4 screws, and I am going to put them here. They have little inserts too with them. So, and you might be saying, how do I know that these go with them? Because they're the only 4 bolts, and that's the only 4 thing. So I'm assuming. So those go in there. 2, 3, and 4. And then take your screw and you screw them in. So you take your screwdriver, put it in, and you just slowly screw it down. Also, guys, if you do buy this, when you're putting the neck onto the base, make sure to be careful, 1. 2, also make sure the holes, because they drilled holes from the neck of the guitar to here. So when you're lining these up, maybe take a phone flashlight, look down, and make sure the holes from the neck to the base are lined up. Also, I do recommend if you have a ratcheting screwdriver like I do, I prefer using this so it's easier on you. And I don't know if you're supposed to, but I personally, if you know how when on a car, when you're tightening lug nuts, you go from a star pattern, right? That's what I'm kind of doing, so I don't know if I'm supposed to or if it matters. Leave down in the comment section to tell me, maybe you guys know. So, as you see, just like that, the neck is attached to the base. Voila. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the electronics. So that's how that's supposed to look. And now it's time to work on the electronics. So I'm going to grab the instructions. Now it says, right here it says install the control plate. It's the slide and the buttons. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right now. So yeah. Just so you know, there's this black knob. When you order it, like that, it comes on when it comes in the package. It comes automatically on. So what I did, I took pliers and I made sure not to grab the knob, but under it, and I slowly, gently pulled it off. And also, when you're looking for the little like nuts on the knobs, they come screwed on. So make sure when you're trying to install these, make sure to unscrew those so you can put them on. And there's spacers also on them, so make sure when you take those off, you put the spacers off as well. So now I also, real quick, these knobs also come with it. I hope you could see them because I'm wearing black gloves. These knobs also come with it to put on the little knobs. So now I am going to install the electronics. Right there. Right. You see it? Okay. Right here is where you put the electronic things. So you're going to, I'm actually going to flip it around. You're going to put the slotted thing right in here. And then you're going to screw them in with the 2 screws I found that came with it. Also, the 2 screws have to be about, the ones I picked out were the smallest ones, so about that size. Make sure they're not too long or too short, just right. So what you do is you slide it in right there, screw them in. Then you put the knobs up here. You put the spacers. You put the bolt. And then you put the little black knob. So I'm going to do that off camera. And then I'm going to get back to you when I'm finished. Alright, so I put the slide in. It's 2 simple screws. Now all you do is put these through those holes. And then you take a washer and this nut, you put the washer on, put this on, tighten it, and then that's it. So it's actually really easy. All you do is go put one through, done, put the other one through, done. Make sure those cables don't go out. Then you hold them, and then when you hold them, you flip them over like that. Then you take your spacer like this, put it through, take your other spacer, put it through that one. Then you take your little bolt, grab that real quick. Then you take your little bolt, slide it on, take your other one, put it on, and then you hand tighten it. And then you could take a wrench, or not wrench, well, you can take whatever you want to tighten these as long as they get tightened. So you tighten that just like that, and now I'm going to tighten them. I'm just going to use these pliers. Alright, so I put them on, tighten them. I didn't have a socket, small enough for those. So I just kind of took pliers. Be very careful when you're doing it because this wood is actually very soft. So, excuse me. When I was tightening, I accidentally scratched the wood a little bit, but it's fine. Just be very careful. So now you put the knob on, and all you do, you take it, put it on, and push down. Then when you push down, just like that, it's on. So all you do, take it, put it on, push down. Now they're a little hard to get on, so make sure to give a little bit of force, but not too much. And just like that, the front of the guitar looks pretty. So now, I'm gonna start working on the electronic parts. Alright guys, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to be working on the string, the thing that the strings will hook up to. So what you do is you put this, basically there's this thing that springs go on to, and then it kind of helps with vibrations or something like that. So what you do is you take this and you put it like that, and then you screw on the back side of the wood. Then after that, you take this, and there's this little opening right here, and you put this on the outside, like from the outside in. You go put them in these big holes. They come out here, and then when you tighten them, the strings will get tightened here. Then what you do is that's when you string everything up. So I'm gonna do this real quick, and so that way you guys have a reference to go by. So you take your screws, as you see here. You take them and you screw them. There's holes on the back here, and you screw them to this side of the plate.
Show that piece one more time.
This one?
Yeah.
Mikey's behind the camera, guys, so you know. He's kind of watching over me. So here's the piece that goes on the inside that you screw on. So these two holes go on the back, and then these two holes go on the bottom that you'll screw in. Alright guys, so as you see, I screwed it in. Turns out the holes on the bottom are pointless. You're not even supposed to do nothing with them. So I figured that out because there's no holes. So I looked here on the back, there are holes. So what I did was I screwed them in. Thing is, how this is angled, the screws don't go in straight, they kind of go at an angle. So they're a bit crooked, but I guess that's how it's supposed to go. So now what I do, what you're supposed to do, as it says on the instructions, is you take the strings, you string it up, and then what you do is you put it, you take it, put it through here, and bolt them in. So that's what I'm gonna do, and yeah. Now I'm going to be putting the thing that the strings come out of on. Usually the instructions say you just put them on and then screw it, and then eventually when you string the guitar at the end, you just take this panel off, and you're just going to slide the strings right through these big holes. So then at the end you just string them up. Alright guys, so I now put the front on. Now the next part is to got my tools. Next part, it says to put the springs on. Alright, so as you see, I got two of the three springs on. Just so you know, be careful when you're doing this because one flew and almost hit me. So just be careful, wear eye protection when you're doing this one. Also, when you're putting them on, go from here, put your flathead on, and then put it behind here and kind of pop it off. If you're a kid doing this, make sure to get your parental help, because good thing for Mikey, because Mikey helped me. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish doing the last one, then I'm gonna go to the next piece of the puzzle. So yeah, all right, so I did the springs like I was doing. Now what you do is you take this, it's the thing that makes the after the springs vibrate. This is what you see. You take this, make sure it's the yellow one, so they can see this one, right? So what you do is you take the cord, push it through the little hole. There's a little hole at the bottom of this. You push it through these two holes like that. Hold on. You push it through both of the holes like that. And then you put it like that. And then there's a hole right here that goes where to the thing where I put these. And you push that one. Whoop, you push that one through here again. So once it's like that, then what you do is you take this. This is another one of those things that kind of vibrate the screen. And you take this little black thing right here and you put it on the bottom in the middle right on this plate. So you take off the white like that. You take this, put it on the bottom like that. So then you push it through there, go like that. And then what you do is you take this and you take your screws eventually and you're going to screw the holes. You're going to screw it down like this and make sure it pushes through like that. Then what you do is you take your red one, make sure the red one's last like this, and what you do is you push this through that hole and you push this one through that hole and then you tighten it down. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then when I'm done tightening everything down, I'll show you the next step. Alright, so I just screwed everything in. For the middle one, to screw them in, the bolts were the longest bolts that are left. That's what you use for this one. And they also came with spacers, so that's what you use to put it down. So, now that it's all done, the next thing to do is what you do is just match the colored wires and plug them in. So also when I was talking about spacers for the middle, I wasn't talking about actual spacers, I was talking about springs. So they're little springs that go on the bolt to bolt on. Now the next step is to take the part where the amp goes on, and there's a little tiny hole right here. You put the amp thing through, bolt them on. Alright, so as you see, everything plugged in, like I said. Now, all you have to do is push that down, and then you take the plate cover, and, whoop, wrong way, and you put the plate on. So, I'm going to screw that in real quick. Alright, so I just strung the guitars. So I have one string left. I figured I'd show you guys. But you put the string through the big hole. Then what you do when you feed it through is you take it out the top. You bring it. You pull it all the way through. Then when you pull it all the way through, you bring it up here to the head of the guitar. Then you take the string. No, it might be hard to see. And you push it through the head of the guitar, like that. Alright, so I strung up all the strings. They sound good. I've never really strung a guitar before. This is my first time. I also don't know how to tune it, so maybe watch a YouTube video for that. Or have a tuner on your phone or something. So, yeah. Also, I didn't have the cutters. I didn't have a cutter for the strings. So I took some wire cutters for for electrical wires, and I went to the smallest hole, and they actually cut right off. So after you string the guitar, what you want to do next is put the plate on, and then when you put the plate on, if you remember from earlier, I put the triangle piece, this triangle, on there. Well, you're not supposed to put it on at the beginning. You're supposed to wait and put it on at the end. So I'm going to put this on, put the cover on, and then I'm gonna grab one of my amps that I got a while ago, and I'm gonna test it out. Alright guys, so that's it. As you see, completed the guitar. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. You might be wondering, does it work? Oh, let me turn up the sound maybe. It works. So, well, that's it.